Hey friends, welcome back to Bible Fun with the Duns. Today we are on location on the way to a wedding. And this is picking up in chapter 9 with the covenant God has made with Noah starting in chapter 8. They come off the ark and Noah makes a sacrifice worshiping God, and then God responds and he makes this covenant, he makes this promise, this agreement between Noah and mankind and God. And he said he will never destroy the earth by flooding it again, and we have the rainbow as the symbol for that. And then we have some adventures in Noah's family after that.
That's right. My turn?
Yes.
All right, so let me go ahead and give you a secret of what we're doing, okay? So when we started, say, last week, and we were in Genesis chapter 1, here's what most of us thought. Most of us thought, oh, we're just reading the book of Genesis. Let me give you a secret, don't tell anybody. That's only part of what we're doing. Now, you'll notice there are some chapters we're just not reading because we don't have that many days left in the year. Here's what we're doing. We're really headed toward Christmas. So one of the things you have to worry about whenever you get towards Christmas is that we're so familiar with the story of Christmas that we forget why we need Christmas. So here's what you've done. You've gone all the way back last week and you started looking at how things began. Adam and Eve taught us where we came from and why this world is in the condition it's in. So Genesis 1 is creation, Genesis 3 is the fall, that's where you got that. Now we've moved ahead to the story of Noah. What is the story of Noah? The story of Noah is the story that mankind has sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, and that God is a righteous judge who is required by his justice to enter into judgment onto mankind. But even where God is a God of judgment, he is also a God of grace. And so even though all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, now you enter into the story of Noah, where God is offering grace to those who want to follow him. Now, once Noah and his 3 sons, his wife and his 3 daughters-in-law, once they've come off of the ark, you've got the same language we heard back in the book of Genesis in the early chapters. Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth. So you've got almost a new Genesis. You've got a new creation, a new world. The animals are going to repopulate. The people are going to repopulate. This is a new beginning. Now, whereas this should be the beginning of a new kind of utopia in the world, we've got subtle clues that it's not. What are the subtle clues? Well, we've got subtle clues that God is now saying, hey, if anybody murders, their life is going to be required of them. So what is God saying? He's saying that even in what the people think is going to be a new, fresh start, there's still going to be murder. This is still a place of sin. You've also got this story of Canaan, making fun of the nakedness of his father. And yes, we got Noah who, he's got some post-traumatic stress probably of this judgment, and he's cultivated the land. It's the first time we see somebody drunken. It's the first time we see people eating meat. So things have changed in the world, but Canaan is he's dishonored his father. You got Ham and Japheth, they're covering up, and so there's this prophecy now that Canaan, as wicked as he is, his descendants are going to follow in his path. And you got Ham and Japheth, and you've got them covering their father in his nakedness. And now you've got, now you know why when you keep reading in the story of Genesis, God is going to judge the Canaanites who live in the land, and his people are going to overtake them. So this is prophetic in the way that all of this unfolds. And so what you got to keep in your mind is this world, although starting off fresh, is still not new. Now, what do you do with all that? You remember where we're driving toward. We're not driving toward utopia. We're driving toward the Messiah. Genesis chapter number 3, when God is promising to crush the head of the serpent and to give the Messiah, that's leading us to where we came from, why we're in this shape, and why we need a Savior who is going to give us more than a fresh start. He's going to give us a salvation. He's going to change the world. And so now, just trust me, when we get a few weeks down the road and you start reading Matthew chapter 1, you're going to go, oh, not only do I recognize Adam and Eve and Abraham and Noah and Joseph, not only do I recognize them in all the history that Matthew chapter 1 starts with, but now I know what they mean. I know why they're there. So that's where we're at. So keep reading the story of Noah. We'll wrap up tomorrow in chapter number 10, and we're getting into why we need the Messiah. That's the chapter. Bye.
Bye.